expanded our education program to be endorsed by the Ministry of Education. Of course, something that we have always been doing since for the 10 years is we always been improving and enhance our resort to make it a world-class one-stop destination for families, not only for Malaysia and around the world. Of course, we know last 2 years is difficult. Despite the challenging time, we have preserved and come out stronger with the support, of course, from our fans and guests. So to thank our fans and guests, we plan to celebrate our 10th anniversary next month with a month-long party. And we will also tell you a little sneak preview what we have planned, not just for next year, in many years to come. The recurring theme that you see that we share will be the milestone of the plans we have laid out in Legoland. Our commitment again to revitalize Malaysian tourism industry and to draw new and repeat tourism for domestic and international tourists. We are very optimistic that the industry recovery will continue, and we definitely look forward to support tourism revitalizing plans developed by our government. I hope after you've seen our presentation today, you spark your curiosity to visit Legoland, even your creativity, yeah? And we are definitely happy to extend our invitation to you and your family to celebrate our 10th anniversary next month in Legoland. Meantime, enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, CS. So, if you guys heard that, it sounds like CS just invited all of you here today to join them at their 10th anniversary celebrations in September. So let's hold on to him, shall we? Next on the agenda is a short walk down memory lane, and I'd like to welcome Dilla Munasani, Director of Sales and Marketing of Legoland Malaysia Resort, to share some of our most incredible moments and capex that we have introduced in the last 10 years.
Good morning everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. My memory is still very fresh, standing here and talking to our media friends before we opened the park. That was in 2011 and also like early 2012 that we actually invited all the media, and we have sessions similar like today. And I was actually talking that we are going to be opening the park on September 15, 2012. And now I'm standing here and again talking to our media friends that we are celebrating 10 years. So time has really passed so fast. I feel like I just joined. And myself, I'm 11 years with Legoland, and park is celebrating 10 years. And there's so much of exciting things that has happened throughout my time. I honestly don't feel 10 years has passed, because every year we are introducing something new. So when we opened in 2012, we actually we opened with the theme park first. And then the year after, in 2013, we opened our water park. And then a month after opening our water park, we opened our hotel. And in 2019, we added another, we call that as a third gate, our Sea Life Aquarium. So, and today we are a full resort destination, offering with multiple gates and offering multiple experience to our guests. All right, moving on. You can see, I remember very clearly standing at one of the, I think it's as a hill, and that was my first week joining the resort. My boss at that time, Mr. Siegfried Burst, he actually took me to that hill and showed me, okay, this is where the Legoland Park is going to be. Honestly, I've never been to any Legoland Park at that point, and he was explaining, so this is the middle part of the iconic structure of any Legoland Park is the mini land. This is where the mini land, this is where the driving school, this is where the technique area and the castle that's going to be, the roller coaster is going to be here. I was just looking at a barren land, started to imagine, but today, everything like the land has transformed with the place that providing that everlasting memories to the families in Malaysia. So I will bring you through on year what else that has happened. So as mentioned, that 2012, we opened the park and we were really excellently, pleasantly surprised with the overwhelming response that we received from the Malaysians, Singaporeans, local as well as international. We exceeded all our expectation during even the first 3 months that we opened, September, October, November, December, the first quarter, we exceeded all our expectation and we did really well during the early, of course, we are still sustaining the interest that we have generated in the market. Moving on, and this is the water park. Again, when we open, we are the first Lego themed water park in the world. So no other Legoland parks in the world at that point that has a Lego themed water park. So Malaysia was actually the first Legoland park who has a full-fledged Lego themed water park. Moving. And hotel. So we know that our hotel it's really unique. We are the only Lego themed or a themed room hotel in this region, or even in Southeast Asia. I don't see with anyone else having a fully themed room for families and kids. And here, this is actually, we call it as a 6-star resort for the kids. So the kids, when they come here, they really like it's their place. And the moment, even before reaching the hotel, the holiday or the excitement has already started for the kids. Star Wars, I was just talking to someone here, a Star Wars fan. Unfortunately, this attraction we are not running anymore due to some licensing factors. But again, very proud that we have launched the Star Wars attraction, and we run Star Wars days in every April. I think so we run the Star Wars days. And again, hopefully in future we can bring it back, but this is not available at this point. And in 2015, live show. So the Ninjago live show, again, we are the first in the Legoland parks to introduce the Ninjago live show. This is a Bunroku Japanese style puppets with the lights and sounds and immersive light sounds, and also the video mapping technology in the show itself. So again, and Ninjago is ever popular IP of Lego. And we were the first Legoland park, and we introduced this in Malaysia. And in 2016, I think I know that CS mentioned just now how our education program has been endorsed by Ministry of Education. So Legoland Park, the DNA itself, Lego, when you mention Lego brands to do with education, imagination, creativity, and naturally this Lego is also being used in school. And when a student comes to Legoland Park, it's not just a fun outing, it's also an educational outing. And we have fully developed education program for the school kids who visits the park. And there's another segment that we have developed, edu-tourism segment. And we are working very closely with the Ministry of Education and even Ministry of Tourism to develop the edu-tourism segment, not just from the local market, but from the international market as well. And we have actually, we are relaunching the EduPlay Express. We had this pre-COVID, and after COVID, we are relaunching the EduPlay Express, the buses. We'll be doing the tour nationwide starting from end of this month. And 2016, so this one, it's the biggest capex ever since, inside the theme park, apart from the water park and the hotel. This is the biggest capex. It's a full-fledged ride experience. It's a technology-based ride, and it's a family ride where you sit in the ride and with just the hand gesture, you're having the experience. There's no handheld devices. With just the movement of hands, you are having an immersive experience with the screens in front of you. And this one again, introducing technology with the ride experience of a theme park that we introduced in Malaysia. This ride was globally introduced in the Legoland Park, and Malaysia is again another park that introduced this ride as well. And the Lego movie. So 4D movies are also big. We have a 4D theatre, and every year from the opening, starting from the 2016, we try to have a new movie in our 4D theatre. So we want to give new experiences. Again, it's a Lego themed 4D movie, which is exclusively available only in Legoland parks. And that movie was also, if you remember, the Lego movie was in the cinemas as well. So the cinemas was the Lego movie, the version, and in our park we have the 4D version in the theme parks. And we also try to stay relevant with the cultural aspects of the Malaysian as well. So with Lego bricks, we actually built the Miniland Kampung. So every state in Malaysia we know have got different types of kampung houses. So we actually construct the houses, every different state style houses, and we created an area in Miniland, and we actually showcased the Miniland Kampung. And we had Tourism Malaysia came with us and collaborate to promote this event together, especially for international guests. They would want to see our cultural aspects that we are showcasing as well. And moving on. And we know our Ninjago, so we actually introduced the Ninjago live show, Ninjago ride, and what more, it's a Ninjago themed room that we introduced. When we opened the park, we had 3 theming, Pirate, Kingdom and Adventure, and we added on the Ninjago theme, and this is one of the theme that's really popular. It's sold out super fast. The Ninjago theme. So if you want to stay in a Ninjago theme, make sure you book your reservations earlier. Alright, moving on.
Oh, Dilla.
Yes. Again, another technology, cutting edge technology that we introduced. Again, I'm not saying that we are the first simply saying we are the first, but actually we are the first. So the VR coaster was developed for all the Legoland parks, but Malaysia was chosen as the first Legoland park to launch the VR coaster ride. So we had an existing the coaster, and what we have done is we have introduced the VR glasses, and there's a movement. So when you're going on the coaster, you actually have the movies. The Lego themed movies that's playing as well. So it's like you're watching a 4D movie, but now you are watching the 4D movie while on a coaster. So unfortunately during COVID we had to stop this experience for a while, but we will be bringing back this experience soon as well. Yeah. And 2019, our third gate. So Sea Life Malaysia. So Sea Life, it's a very popular aquarium brand by Merlin, and most of the key cities. It's a 50 over Sea Life aquarium throughout the world. And when we open Sea Life, it's also again very unique because ours was the first Sea Life attached to a Legoland park. So most of the other Sea Lives are standalone Sea Lives which is situated in the shopping malls or with the other Merlin like Madame Tussauds attraction. But when we open, so Sea Life, it's the first Sea Life attached to a Legoland Park, I mean, even on the display tanks, we have also incorporated Lego models as well. We have 13,000 sea creatures in our aquarium, and it's really cool, so should come and visit us. Again, as I mentioned just now, so when we gotten the endorsement from the Ministry of Education for the Legoland Park Education Program, and in 2019 when we opened Sea Life, again we also developed. So one of the key element of Sea Life is BRP, which called Breed, Rescue, Protect. So there's a lot of conservation elements that we, not just Legoland, but overall as a marine, we go onto this BRP program, Breed, Rescue, Protect, that there's a lot of elements that we can bring into the schools on the education as well that we launched, and we are proud to say we have gotten the endorsement from Ministry of Education as well. Another 4D movie, as I mentioned, so we try to keep the movies in our 4D theatre fresh and relevant. And then we had our Officer in Pursuit, so this is another movie that our guests have been able to experience in 2019 as well. Even during the pandemic year, we know the sacrifices that our frontliners has made. And first thing that we did when we reopened after the pandemic was building a mural to honor the heroes that have, while most of us, I mean, I know the media friends as well, so you guys have also been out there, while most of us is at home covering the news and so on, you are the hero as well. So we have actually created the mural and mural for all our frontliners, and we had our guests to come and visit and pay tribute to the heroes of the pandemic as well. So we did this straight after the COVID, the first COVID that when we reopened. So we actually showcased this. I know we had another closing, but we did this during the first closure that we had. And it's even more exciting. We introduced Malaysia's first ever dining experience at Sea Life Malaysia. You actually get to dine among the fishes, but don't worry, we don't serve fishes as the dish. You get to see the fishes and have a meal surrounded by these sea creatures. And again, like this is being offered about 3 or 4 times a month. This is by reservation, and currently it's a very unique, it's Instagrammable event, so a lot of people looking for unique experiences. They make sure they book early because this is a limited seating as well for this dining experience. And again, like in 2021, even after the pandemic years, we didn't stop in investing on new experience. So in 2021, we had this a new area that we have introduced. There's a huge globe. We work with Lego. It's a huge globe where we call that as a reveal your world, and we get the kids to build, let their imagination run wild and build something that they are fond of and put it into the globe. And this is very much instilling the the imagination of the kids, and it's a very nice building area where currently is very popular. Parents and the kids, they actually is a bonding time that they sit together and get the kids to have the building activity. So this is just launched in 2021. And Friendship Fest. So apart from the attractions that we have been launching, we also introduce events. So we have got key pillar events, that the festive events like Hari Raya, Chinese New Year, Halloween. year-end events, and we also have Lego IP events that we introduce. So besides the attraction, we have lots of events that we also introduce. So Friendship Fairs is one of this, was introduced end of December during the holiday season. And we know that Friendship Fairs is again Lego IP, which is very popular among the girls. Not only girls, a lot of boys are fans of the Friends as well. So this is what we did in 2021. And like I mentioned that every event, so we even did the longest Lego snake, that was during the snake year, and then we also built the most number of, we have a tiger, Lego monkeys. So we even every festive event, we incorporate the element of Lego in our events and activities as well. So as I mentioned, like ever since we opened in 2012, there have been more than 50 key festive events that we have organized for a guest to experience in our park. So, and I think like rather than me talking about what we have done, let's hear from our guests who have been with us for the last 10 years. And these are the guests who have actually renewed the pass. And all these events and activities are best enjoyed when someone purchases a pass. So when you buy a pass 1 year, you have to pay only one time, and you actually experience all the activities for the entire year. And what we are going to see shortly is our annual pass holders, guests who have actually renewed the pass and never let it lapse for the entire 10 years. And they have actually grown, their kids have grown with our park. And as what CS said, there are some of them who came as a kid, today they're all teenagers. So let's take a look at the video.
Annual pass holder Legoland sejak 10 tahun yang lepas. Masa tu adik saya yang kedua masih dalam kandungan lagi.
我们成为Legoland年票会员已经有10年了，就是 Legoland 创办到现在10年的时间。Masa yang paling
for next year nothing will happen in Legoland. Quite sure you won't believe me, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, just give you a sneak preview. Like I said, certain things we actually, of course, you can see that I would say the DNA of Legoland is always have something new. Either maybe a hardware investment or even a special events, as you can see from the last 10 years. And that's what we are going to do to keep things fresh, to keep things exciting, to make sure that those who come will come again and again. That's why annual pass is what we want everyone to have. Yeah. Okay. Just something that I said. In fact, the first one I want to talk about is our mini land shades. Okay. As you heard from Dilla, our mini land is the most iconic, unique for any Legoland. Only in Legoland Malaysia, not any other Legoland other parts of the world, they can see. Don't need to come to Four Seasons to look at KLCC, Twin Tower. You can see Twin Tower in Legoland Malaysia. See, so a lot of all these unique buildings in Kuala Lumpur, Johor Bahru are actually in Legoland. Not talking about just talking about Malaysia. We also cover regional. You can see the ASEAN, Singapore, Thailand, Angkor Wat. Those are things. Taj Mahal, even India. Great Wall of China. So those are ways we can see that it's really very local, regional, and even from an Asia perspective. When you go to, let's say, our Legoland in Windsor, UK, you can't see that. And you know, in Malaysia, you either have a very hot sun or rain, hujan. We understand that also. That's the reason why we make that decision to make sure that the whole Legoland, mini-land will be covered. In fact, work has started. That's the reason why we can safely say that it will come, hopefully not later than January next year. Okay, so like I say, it's also helped to also protect our models, because you know Malaysia, when you have rain, when you have such a heat, you know what, our models actually deteriorate very fast. So that's the reason why this is one way to make sure that you can even see a much nicer model. And we're going to do a lot of replacement, which I'm going to give you a sneak preview. Yeah, okay, thanks. Okay, let's move on. Okay, next would be, this is again a very special event that we're going to have it in water park. First time ever, we're going to have a splash carnival. I'm not going to review too many details. Dilla and the team will tell you more when times come when it's going to happen. You find that this is going to be extremely unique, again, the Legoland experience for water park. Yeah, now our water park, as you can see, like I said, it's the only Lego theme park, is what Dilla mentioned, where you can actually laze around or float around lazy river, playing with soft Lego bricks and even building your creativity. Yeah, that's only in Legoland Malaysia. Yeah, can't get it Sunday. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I have to cut that out. Yeah. Okay. I shouldn't be talking about others. Okay. Just sometimes just to make sure everybody's okay. Okay. Okay, next, of course, like I said, Dilla has mentioned the number of teams room that we have is fully teamed. Like I said, we are not going to just satisfy with just the usual team rooms. Next year, or hopefully just before next year, we're going to review another new team. Contact Dilla or watch this space.
No prizes for guessing.
We're not going to review yet. Like I said, we'll keep it red, and we're going to review it as when we are ready to open our reservation, also called open for bookings. Yeah, so there will definitely a new team, something again very unique, and I think we not review too much first. Yeah, we will come to that. Yeah. Okay, next would be, of course, like I think Dilla has mentioned, we're going to even have again another new Lego 4D movie that's going to come into our 4D theatre. Okay, as you have heard from Dilla, we always have our core events. Let's say events and happenings, basically something like a norm in Legoland. So now we're going to make it even larger, even a larger scales in terms of our even base celebration like Chinese New Year, Hari Raya, Christmas and so on. So going to be much bigger, because this is what we are trying to do to make it a really forceful kind of a celebration and events. Yeah. Next, yeah, as you can see from what we have done so far, which something of Dilla, a lot now we have introduced since last year a lot of Lego IP team events in addition to our core events. Then you can see that almost a whole year round we have something happening. Like last year, December, we have Friendship Fest. Early this year, you can see how the period, we have the Ninjago 10 years anniversary celebration in conjunction with Chinese New Year. Then after we moved to a new so-called Lego launch, Build the Trails, very much into vehicles, and following with Lego 90 years of play, which is currently happening now. And of course, the next one, which is next month, we have our 10th anniversary. Yep. Okay. Yep. This is the 10th anniversary that we talk about. Yeah. Like I said, we don't stop there. 10th anniversary is just that 1 month, and immediately we move to October. We have our Monster Party, our Halloween, a very new, unique team launched by actually Merlin Entertainment worldwide. And of course, we have the another new movie, Berita, and of course followed by our year-end spectacular I would say holidays event. Yeah. Okay, this is 2022. Okay, just to again remind that we are the 10 years anniversary, our 10 years old, and with that I would also want to inform everyone we're going to launch this event this month, 26 August is a Friday in Legoland Malaysia. The reason I say so much about the date as time is in the morning is I actually extended invitation to all of you and your family. If you can come over, please let's say contact the marketing team or time to actually confirm